Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Doug Mystic Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 3 of Defenders of the Last Stand, which is a post-apocalyptic version of Defenders of the Realm. Great game, as usual, because I love Defenders of the Realm. It's a really good game. But I am going to have to go over some corrections, a few of them actually. So we're going to do that, because remember, this is my learning session. I want to be clear on that. I picked this up blind, I read the rules and started playing, and luckily I have some great viewers who are more than helpful and are making things easy for me. Yeah. So anyway, let's go over a couple things. I'm going to start with the big one, and that is, it has to do with overruns. So I misinterpreted some. Well, I think I'm blending rules together, I think is what really happened. But when there is an overrun, it doesn't matter what guys are in a space. If there's more than 4 in a space, there's an overrun. However, I do think this is going to really put a damper on our game pretty quickly, because we're going to have a problem. There's a couple places where we actually need to do an overrun. I'll show you one of them. You can see it right here. There are 3 Earth folks, whatever, and he came into the space and dropped one more. That put a 4th. So we actually have to do something terrible, which would be this. Now, an overrun doesn't create another overrun, so I wouldn't put one there at all, okay? But I would put one here, 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 and back here. But this trap would trigger, and I think I gotta look up the trap, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the trap on Frank means that if it appears in a location, remove it and immediately with the trap. So he wouldn't have appeared. But that did happen there, and there's no question about it. And also, over here we have a similar scenario. Boom. We have a similar scenario where there's an overrun of the same guys, which means these guys are without a doubt our bane. Now, it does appear, I can't remember, I gotta go look at it, but one of the locations is, it literally doesn't overlap. I think it's, I don't know which one it is, I'll have to figure it out. But in this case, we're gonna go boom. We're not gonna have an overrun there, so we're gonna go boom, and we're gonna go boom and boom. Now, I mean, that is just awful, because I'm down to 2 of these guys and 1 more, so we have to keep killing them in force. Another thing I want to do is I was just doing something stupid. I actually know the rules and I wasn't doing it right, so let me show you what that is. You're fighting, like here where there's 3 guys here, you're going to roll 3 dice, right? And let's say here there's 3 guys there, and I roll, oh good, I killed 2 of them. I take 2 of them off. I'm supposed to go down to the 1 dice. You're only supposed to roll as many dice as there are guys there. It gets harder and harder to kill them as there's fewer. And I think a couple of times I made a mistake of just keep rolling the same dice over again, even though I was using their actions. So that's the next correction that I need to make. Then the other one that I want to talk about is when you're in a space where you have a raider of any kind and you have one of these tokens, you cannot collect it until these guys are gone. Anyway, so I got to watch that as we go forward. I'm not going to correct that. It's damage on that's already done. But I did correct those overruns. And then the last thing I have that's of any value are Crank's cards. They're actually supposed to be upside down until he is until he's attacked, and then you reveal his special ancient tech abilities. So I just want to correct that. So that's really the biggies. There are some other minor things. I'm not going to worry about them too much, but that is the deal. Okay, so we do definitely have to get some overruns dealt with. I mean, it's really, really bad stuff for us. In addition, we did actually finish this mission, if you recall, and you know, the reward is Ranger support. Either draw 1 special card or do 3. We just drew a special card. So we're gonna discard that as well. I'm gonna go discard that with the others. But let's get started on our game. So first up, we're gonna have Joshua here, and I think we got all his actions. Now the only one that's taking any damage so far is Jake, so he's still in good shape. He still has his special. We'll look at his cards and see what he's got going for him. He's the one that completed his mission, actually, so he's got no mission. So one of his, he's got no mission. Great grammar English, buddy. He does not have a mission. He could go to Last Stand and pick up another one. I might do that. But he's got some good cards on him. I'm not worried about movement with him. That's one thing you don't have to worry about. That prevents. Oh, another thing I wanted to correct quickly is that when no matter how many times you suffer a mutation, you only draw one card. So she took the wings anyway, so that's okay. You don't draw multiple cards for failing multiple radiation rolls. So there you go. Okay, but we still have to go with. Actually, that was Frank's cards. We want Jake's cards. Well, let's see. Here's Jake's cards. Yeah, we got those are the right ones. Okay, we got lots we can do. His special is this sudden death card. It says monstrosities are so mutated that the additional radiation may be too much for them, for their foul bodies to withstand. Discard and to remove one monstrosity from a location, radiation location, which are ones they're mostly in. Now, it doesn't say it has to be there. It doesn't say it requires an action either. But we're not really having a problem with monstrosities. Oh, also I put, it said I'm not supposed to put him at Demon Tooth Pass. I'm supposed to put him at Mutant Mountain. But in the card I looked at, he did not bring another, monstrosity with him. So, but that's got three, it's got a leader and three guys in there. So, and we got to get, we've got to get some stuff going on. I think the right thing to do to prevent another overrun. Yeah, and we got to. Okay, so we know we got to get rid of some red guys, but I'm gonna some of the techies. But I'm gonna use Frank for that. I think Joshua. Now remember, he's got his air wing, so he can always move up to 4 on an action, and he's going to do that. So we're going to spend his first action, and he is going to fly to here. Now, he does not have to attack now the leader, and he can't really. He does have some Bomba cards. He could roll some dice and do some damage to Bomba. He only has 1. He also has some of the gun cards. Yeah. Oh, you have an air cred. I'm just looking at something. When spending an action to move. Okay. Air attack. You attack raiders at your location with +1 modifier to each die roll. So I got to remember that. So he's going to attack there. Let's zero in on that right there. He's going to attack that spot. There's 3 Earthers there and one techie. So the Earther War Party, we're going to roll and see if he can take down some of these guys. Let's see what he gets. Now the Earther War Party requires a 4 to hit, and the Tech Mob requires 3 to hit. And I'm looking, just making sure I look at their abilities. I cannot use any of his abilities. So against the Earther War Party, he's not going to get his +1. So we got to remember that. So let's roll that. Okay, so he took out 2 of the Earthers, and he took out one of these guys. Oh, sorry, wrong spot. So he took out the 1 techie and the 2 Earthers from there. That is good. And then we're going to that required his second action. Now for his next action, I mean, he's kind of cleared that out pretty well. It's not terrible at this point. He could just move and keep attacking and keeping things from getting out of hand. We also need, oh, you know what he's going to do? He is going to take a third action. We're going to move him up to here, and he's going to attack that space as well. So he's going to have 2 dice against the Earthers and 1 dice against the whatchamacallits, yeah, those guys, the techies. See what he gets. Looks like he got both of the Earther War Party. He did. Boom. So they are gone, and he did not get the techie, even with the bonus, his bonus there. So he is going to spend another action to try and get rid of the techie. And he did with a 6, so that guy is gone. Now, let's see, for an action, I'm trying to remember if it's a free action to pick up, no. Let's see, pick up a karma token, take 1 token, that does constitute an action. So he is going to take that and pick up a karma token, which is right here in space 23. Boom. He's got 2 actions left for his Next action, he is going to attempt to scavenge that space. And his scavenge is a 4, so that's good. He's got a good chance of doing it. So let's get out 4 dice. I think I'll take the 3 reds and a yellow because I had some good luck with them. We're going to roll right here. 4 I think is the best he got. What does he need to scavenge? I think he needs a 5, right? Location 5 plus. So he failed at scavenging. He's only got one action left. Does he want to try it again? Yeah, because that's the route to this winning this scenario. See, he's going to use his last action to try again and scavenge right here. Oh, he succeeded big time. Boom. What did we get? We got the unique artifact. Okay, so that goes on the mission board right here. And if we get a second one, we're going to get to activate the lightning of the ancients. Boom. Okay. So that was his entire turn. It wasn't a bad turn for him. Let's collect these dice so they're not there in the way. And unfortunately now we're going to have to draw a raider card. So let's do that. Okay. Well, you know, before we do that, before he ends his turn, do I want to bother with this? Because I could take out the big guy at White Crater there that's close. Now we'll save it. We'll save it for a time of need. But let's draw our raider card. Okay. Demon Tooth Pass, we're going to add 1. That's space 30. There's actually nothing there right now. We're going to add 1 Road Gang. So a Road Gang is going to go here in Demon Tooth Pass. And then on space 18, we're going to add an Earth War Party. That's at Old Bama Bridge right here. So we got 1 more person right there. That is not too terribly bad. And then we're going to look at Crank. Crank says he's moving to Liberty Tunnel. He cannot move there, so he is not going to move. That is good. And then it says Supply Run. Each player may discard up to 2 Defender cards and redraw. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to skip that part. I'm going to look at their cards real quick, but I think that we're okay. Yeah, I'm flipping through. Yeah, Frank's fine with his. I mean, we got Frank. Actually, Jake needs to go after Crank. He's got 3 Crank cards against him, or with him, rather. And then lastly, we got Midnight Pearl. She's doing okay too. I'm fine with what they got. Okay, that ends the actions for Joshua. He had a pretty decent turn there and not a severe raider card, so that's pretty good. Now let's go to Frank. Frank, our cowboy, is right here. He's here with a karma token, so I think obviously for his first action, he's going to pick that karma token up. Boom, and put that on a sheet. He's got the delicate hands and scavenging. His scavenging ability is really high. So I think what we'll do is we're going to move him. Not going to burn a card to do it. We're just going to spend one of his tokens. And we're going to move him. Let's see. You can see enough. Well, let's focus. Okay. He's going to move to here. And then he is going to... remember, he's a monstrosity hunter, but I'm not too worried about the monstrosities right now. I'm more worried about these big groups. See, actually, this one, yeah, there's not supposed to be a 4th one there. They spread around there, so he shouldn't be there. But there should be those ones. So I think he's going to attack that group, actually, with his his third action will be to attack that group, and that's going to give him 3 dice against the Earthers. See if he can do anything. No. So he'll spend another action. He's only got 2 left after this. See if he gets some good luck. There we go. 2 5s. We'll do in 2 of them. Not enough, though. Boom. And I think he could... What can he do? Can he also... if he fights off the leader, active player and all other players can attack. Yeah, he's not going to do that. But I thought there was a way to sabotage. I didn't think that was just sabotage camps. I guess that's just Midnight Pearl that can do that. But I thought there was a way to use the gun cards just to do him a point of damage. Let me think about that. Well, yeah, actually it can be done. Just to tell you what can be done there. You have to spend one of these cards with the pistol. It doesn't have to be the matching one to Crank. It needs to be one with the pistol, and discard 2 other cards to do a point of damage to the leader. First thing though, I think well, I don't. He's not going to get attacked by a crank. So I think he's going to spend his next to his last action to see if we can get rid of this earther here and get lucky. A 4 we actually did, so he got rid of them there and leaving that space empty. But crank is there. I don't know if I wonder if crank. Let me look at the scavenging thing. On the scavenge location token, no raiders or monstrosities. So he could spend his last action. I think he's going to scavenge that space in the scrapyard. Boom. He's going to do that, and then we're going to roll. He's got 3 dice, but he's got delicate hands. If you fail scavenge attempt, you may spend a karma token to discard the scavenge token and instead place it back, face down, on your current location. Oh, not to discard it. So let's see if he succeeds at that. He's going to get 3 dice, and he needs a 5 or better. He's got no bonuses or anything. I'm looking at his stuff. Trying to, what is his Ranger Patrol? Oh, we got to do this Ranger Patrol. Travel to McCormick Farms. He's got to get this done. I'm forgetting about their missions. He's definitely got to get that done. Okay, let's roll and see if we can do that. He did. He rolled a 5 and a 6, so we do get to pick this up. It says a common artifact and gain 1 defender card. That is awesome. So we can always use more defender cards. So here's his defender card. It's a grenade. That's good because he can blow up oil derricks with that. And then he gets a common artifact. Okay, here they be. Let's shuffle up a little bit. And we're going to flip one over. What do we get? A bazooka. Spend an action to remove all raiders from an adjacent location. Then roll a d6. Discard on a 1 or 2. Wow, and he can do it once per turn. That is really powerful. I'm digging the bazooka. So he's going to be doing that next turn. He's got no actions left now, though, so that's going to be the end of his turn. Okay, let's get out the Raider deck again and see what happens. This is going to be Frank's Raider draw. So we're going to get 1 Earth War Party at Space 33, God's Eye Forest, which I think is going to give us... No, we're not going to have an overrun, luckily, because I just cleared it out. It's right here. Boom. Oh, you know what I forgot to do with Joshua was his radiation roll. Darn it. But that's okay. We'll go back and do that. I got to really watch those things. There's so many little subtle things. Like in this roll, he should have done that. So I'm going to do that now since I'm up there. He needs to roll 2 dice. He succeeded on one and missed the other, so he would take a mutation, but he would have played... He has a card against that, so he would have played this card to not get that, not let that happen, and not gain a mutation. Okay, now we're finishing Frank's turn on that, so we're not anywhere close to wrapping that up currently. So we did that. Now let's look at the next part of his this. So it says Demon Tooth Pass, South Bridge, Space 31 Road Gang. So Space 30 is now going to have, I think you can still see it, but we'll focus and we'll put a Road Gang in Demon Tooth Pass again. So now 2 of them there. We got to watch that space. And then it says if at least one location has 3 or more techies, Crank gains 1 tech card. Well, that definitely is true. So I'm taking a tech card. I'm going to put it in his stack. Okay. And then last but not least, it says Blessings of the Old Ones. Place a karma token on the U.S. Air Base. Okay, we can do that. So the U.S. Air Base is way up at the top, right here, and we'll place a karma token there. That is going to end the Raider card for Frank's turn. Not too terribly bad. Boom. Okay, now we're going to move on to Jake. Jake's hurt, so he's only got 6 actions to take. Look at his cards. I don't know how. I got to look and see if there's any way to heal. He's also got this. We got to do this. Step 1, travel to the scrapyard. Step 2, spend this action to scavenge test -1. Succeed, gain the reward. And the reward is place a barrier on the entrance to Last Stand. So, okay, so he's actually not. Frank's in the Frank's in the scrapyard right now. Jake is not. Jake is nowhere near. So let's go to where Jake actually is. Jake's down here. Let's look at Jake's cards. Does he have a grenade? Because we need one. We got a decent. No, he's got a gas mask. No grenade at all. Bummer. Okay, so what are we going to do with him? Well, you could still go down and scavenge this token. You can't destroy that though. So let's take a look. I think we're going to move him someplace more effective. That's not a very effective place. He's got a... He can spend this Bramble card and move 4 in the air. And that would get him up to where he can do some damage. So he's going to spend that card. And that gives him the wings, right? So he is here. He is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the top of the board, way the heck up here. Then that was his first action. Now remember, he gets bonuses against Road Warriors, and it says you have +2 to any die result in combat Road Warriors. Green Raiders. Oh, that's just Green Raiders. I thought he had something against. Yeah, I thought he had something against the other guys, but he doesn't. So it's the green guys. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna take that forward movement back. We have a high risk of overruns here, so he's actually gonna move over to here. He can clearly get there from there. And then he's going to attack the 3 green guys there for his second action, rather. So it's going to be action number 2 for him. I took his action token and moved it. Oh, look at that. 665. I think he got him. Let me look at the Tech Road Gang and see. They need a 5, so that's good. He got all 3 hits. They're wild boys, man, when they do 2 points of damage. But remember, he got +2 to that, so he would have gotten them easily, because that's what his specialty is. He gets +2 to any die result. So these 3 fine gentlemen have been defeated, and he is there with Bama. Now, does he have any cards where he can actually shoot Bama? Let's see. He does. He could spend this Brahma card, which I think he'll do. He'll spend this, boom, and he's got to spend 2 others. So we'll spend... I don't want to spend these crank cards. He's going to want to keep them. I'll get rid of his Brahma. No, I don't want to spend that one. I'll spend this Brahma card and... wow. He's got 2 Brahmas. I guess I'll spend one of these Brahma motorcycles, just in case. So I got rid of those for him. That gives him the ability to shoot at, or whatever it's called, at our guy Bama. And that what ability I used there was Sabotage Leader right here. It says, when on a location with a leader, discard 2 defender cards of any color with the... Oh, they both have to have that. So let me take that back. He does have 2 of those, but he's going to have to spend both of them. So I thought it was spend that card and then 2 others, but no, it's not. Spend 2 with the gun icon on them. I see. Yeah, so we have those. So he's spending these 2 to take a shot at Bama. So what does that do? It means that Bama's hits are going down to 5. We're going to slowly whittle him away and see if we can get rid of him, and then maybe we can attack him when he's weak. So that was Jake's. That was Jake's 3rd action. He's got a few more left to go. Well, while he's here, he might as well spend another action to move to the forest here and take attack. You spend his next action to attack those 2 guys there. Boom. He rolls a 3 and a 2, but he gets +2. So he rolled. He got one of them. Remember, they require a 5, and I think he's got one more action left. I think he's going to use it to move. Now, he has this ability called Fast Ride. You may move 2 locations for every move action. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to head north toward... Yeah, what is his mission? Let me look at his mission. Oh, it's the blockade. So yeah, he can move 2 towards the scrapyard. So let's do that. He's going to go 1, 2 up to there. He's not going to have to deal with that. Well, yeah, he will. Let's go there. And, well, he could go 1. No. He'll just move up to there and get out of harm's way temporarily. And that's going to be his move. Now we have to draw his Raider card because that's the end of his turn. Okay, let's see what we get. 1 techie at the old mine, location 4. That is way over on the other side of the board. Darn techie's popping up everywhere. He's right there. Then we're going to have 1 at the old factory on space 37. Not the end of the world there either. Boom. Now we got to look at if at least 1 location has 3 or more techies, Crank gains 1 tech card. Well, then we've seen that one again. By the time we're done with Crank, he's going to have all his tech cards, and we're going to have a hard time defeating him. And it says, infiltrate. If any raiders are adjacent to Last Stand, move 2 of those raiders into Last Stand. Really? If any raiders... Well, there are. So we're going to move 2 raiders into Last Stand. We're going to have to go take care of that. I think what we're going to do is we'll move this one in and this one in. And we'll get rid of the techies from there. We're going to be able to get them, not this turn. And I think, though, that I'm going to look that up. I think that there has to be less than 4 in Last Stand to otherwise it's bad. Raiders in Last Stand. Rangers ending their turn on Last Stand suffer no wounds when raiders or monstrosities are there. Let me look at this. I want to make sure I don't make a mistake on this part. Hold on. Yeah, it's 4 raiders in Last Stand, so we have 2 currently, so when the 4th one appears. Okay, now we're going to go to our lovely lady Midnight Pearl. Now, Midnight Pearl has her backpack and her wings, but she also has this, Explore God's Eye Forest. We're going to travel to 33. We want to go there anyway because it's a mess. And that is right here, or 33 rather. Where is 33? Oh, it's, no, I didn't think it was at the, oh, it's way up at the top. So here's what we're going to do. She is going to go once per turn. You may, as an action, spend 1 action to move up to 3 spaces. Well, she didn't even have to do that actually, but she does have to spend an action to move anyway. So she's going to do that, and take it back. First off, she is going to attack using her deadly blades. When attacking raiders, not monstrosities or leaders, roll 1 additional die. You may choose the die color if multiple types are there. So we're going to use a red die. So we're going to get 2 dice against that one guy that's there. A failure, epically. So she's going to spend her second action. Come on, girl, get it done. A 6. Okay, boom. We got that guy. And again, I rolled 2 dice because of her ability, not because there was 2 raiders there. And then she's going to scavenge. She's got a 4 scavenge. So we'll just use these 4 dice. She didn't have any special ability to do that. Let's get that done. 5, she succeeded. So we get, oh, a unique artifact. Okay, boom. We now have collected the 2 things we need. So it says when 2 special tokens have collected, flip this card. So we're going to do that. Okay, we have the lightning weapon, lightning artifact, Lightning of the Ancients. This weapon has been completed and is now active. While the weapon is actually fired by militia at Last Stand, the Rangers can target the weapon from any location on the board by spending an action and a karma to perform the following steps. New action, targeting the Lightning of the Ancients. A ranger may spend 1 action and 1 karma to have a weapon attack 1 target from the list below that is on a location adjacent to the rangers. A resolution of the attack depends on the chosen targets. Raiders. All raiders are removed. Okay, I see a spot to do that in. Monstrosities roll 3 dice. Leaders roll 3 dice, and we do damage on a 5 or better. And the oil ammo depots, we can automatically destroy those, but we do not gain a reward. Okay, well, still, we have the weapon of the ancients available to us. We are in a good place now. That was good that she did that. Okay, now we are going to spend her next action. So she spent 3 so far. Her 4th action, we are going to move to God's Eye. We're going to attempt to explore it. Step 1, travel to God's Eye Forest and defeat any raiders. There aren't any. Well, there's one there now, so we're going to have to do that. So we travel there. She uses another action. She's only got a couple left. And she's going to get to roll 2 yellow dice against that raider. I mean, it really doesn't matter if they're yellow because there's only one type of raider there, but we'll do it right. Okay. Boom. She got it. Now, she didn't get to use her... Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. When attacking a raider. But this says, the Earth or War Party, blessed people, rangers cannot use skills or special abilities. So, okay, hold on. We're going to have to re-roll that. Just a moment. Okay, let's hope she gets lucky. Nope. She failed. Okay, so she did not do that, so she's going to use her next action and try again because this is her mission. A 6. Boom. She got that one. And then she's got... Okay, so she succeeded at that. Now she's got to do an adventure test, which for her is a 4. She's got a 4 adventure. And it says spend 1 action, test adventure, and then she'll succeed or fail at that point. Boom. She's going to roll 4 dice. She's got a 4 adventure roll. I'm just going to pick a couple of random dice out here. Boom. There's 4 random dice. Let's see if she can do it. A 5, so I think she did. She did, right? So if we're adventuring, I think it's a 5 like everything else, 5 or 6. On a location, well, it depends, right? So token and draw an adventure card. So what do we need to draw an adventure card? Spend 1 action, test adventure. No, so we succeeded. Okay, she succeeded, gain the reward. If you have a mutation, randomly discard 1, then 1 karma token to gain 1 special card. Is that worth it? She has one, well, okay, it doesn't say, yeah, I think it's worth it. Those special cards are incredibly powerful. So she actually does have a mutation. She's going to get rid of that. And she does have one karma token, which she will get rid of. And that means that this mutation is going to go away. She's going to get a special card. Let's cut them and see what she gets. Special Sabotage. A few scouts managed to destroy the seed structure being built by raiders. Discard to destroy all oil and ammo dumps on a single location. Well, she'll hold on to that. She's got 2 special cards now. She'll just hold on to that one. That one's pretty good. She'll find a use for it, I am sure. But that's going to end her turn. So she is now out of actions. We're going to draw her raider card. Okay, here they are. Boom. See what we get. Death Maze. We're going to have 2 techie mobs. Death Maze City. That's going to cause an overrun. So let's go there and do that. And guys, we get so unlucky. So we can't actually put a techie there. Boom, there'd be 4, so we're going to put one here. We don't have to put one there because that would cause a second overrun. That won't happen. We can't put one there for the same reason. But we are also going to put, and I think I missed putting an oil derrick somewhere where we had a, where was that? I think it was in Once Was City. No. Guys, help me out. Remind me where that overrun took place. Was it Knoxville? I think it was. It was here. So there's 2 oil derricks here because that happened there. And then we're going to get another one out. And what I did was put one down on the Lost City way down south. So I did make a mistake there. This is going to get a second one though. So man, we could sure use that card that she has, right? But that's what happens there with the overrun. Then we're going to get Hard Road, Apache Plains. We're going to get 1 road gang. That is section 16. So that is, where is 16? It is down here with Bama, another biker gang. Then we're going to move Puke to Red River Island. That will happen, and he is going to bring a monstrosity with him. So that is position 31. Boom, 31. And on a good note, oh, we got to get a one of the abominations out, or there they are. And then lastly, we get a blessing token, blessing of the old ones. Place a karma token on space 17, the cacti forest, which is right here. Oops, I've done it a couple times because I got them in the same dish. There we go, karma token, bam. Now I think I missed an oil derrick. I'm going to go back and look, but if you let me know, I will place one down because we only have a few left and I don't want to cheat. I'm really afraid of Crank. I think he's going to whoop our butts because he's got a lot of tech cards out there now. But that actually wraps up our turn. So we didn't have, I mean, it's not a horrible, horrible turn that turn. We did accomplish some things, and we got the weapon, the big weapon, in effect. So we're going to get to do some serious, serious damage with people like Frank, who can move, who can start blasting away with that weapon and kill a bunch of people. Now, that's not guaranteeing us the win by any stretch, but it will allow us to attack and possibly kill some of the leaders. Maybe, or I mean, maybe. I think we're going to have to attack them because I don't want to not get the rewards for killing them because they will become more difficult as we get to the stages. Now, see, we are still in this first stage when we have to slay a leader to get to the second stage. Once we slay one, things are going to get tougher for us. We got to remember that, right? So, yeah, so remember, we're in the first strike. We're still in this phase. That will probably end in the next phase or two because now that we have this weapon, we are going to take down a leader. And I think it's going to be Crank. I think we're going to blast the snot out of Crank with this weapon because it seems like the thing we need to do. Anyway, I know I made less mistakes. I'm getting closer in my learning sessions. I hope that my learning this with you is helping you. And I really do want to thank the folks that have come up and given me some great feedback and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's good stuff, and we're going to keep it up because this like Defenders of the Realm is awesome. I'm starting to feel that with the enhancements to this game, I almost wish they'd put out a Defenders of the Realm version 2 where they have a lot of the enhancements in this game because this feels even more thematic than Defenders of the Realm. It just seems like it just feels that way to me with all the missions and things that we're doing, picking up the artifacts and stuff. Just cool stuff, more role-playing-ish. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you soon.